This week we're going to make some how-to manuals. A how-to manual is a set of instructions that tell you how to complete a task. We're going to make illustrated how-to manuals. So the first thing you're going to do is think of something that you know how to do. I'm going to teach you how to make pasta. Okay, so that's going to be the thing that my manual will show you how to do. The first thing I need to do is think of what the steps are to making pasta. One, usually when I make pasta, the first thing I do is I start a big pot of boiling water. While that's boiling, I have to start making a sauce, right? So I have to chop onions and garlic. Then I have to open a can of tomato sauce. And then I have to put some oil in a skillet. And then I have to heat it up, right? I actually usually turn on the skillet first, heat it up, and then add the oil. So I'll figure that out later. Right now, I just want to make sure I know how many steps I need. So actually, this is 2 steps, right? This is step 4, and this is step 5. So step 6 is add the onions and garlic. 7, add tomato sauce. And then 8, boil the pasta. 9, strain the pasta. And 10, I'm gonna combine everything. Sound good? So it's a very simple pasta. I would never make pasta this simple, you guys. I always add a little bit of spices and stuff in the sauce to make it a little bit more interesting. But this is a good example of how you can kind of put together your how-to manual. So I know that I need 10 steps, so I'm going to divide my paper into 10. Let's see. I can do it this way, and then each of these is going to be 5 steps. Like that. And I think it's going to be a good idea to number our steps. So, number 1, just put a little circle like that. What was number 1? Start a big pot of boiling water. So I have to do a sink like this with little water drops going into the big pot of boiling water. It's not boiling yet, right? Because now it has to get put on the stove. Okay, now I'm boiling the water. Next, chopping onions and garlic. So what does that look like? I have to draw somebody chopping onions. And garlic. So that looks like a pile of chopped stuff. On a cutting board. And the way I did the chopping onions and garlic was I just drew a person holding a knife plus onion plus garlic equals chopped onion and garlic. Next, I'm opening a can of tomato sauce. Let's have a can opener. 2 little hands, the can opener going around the edge of the can, and it says tomato sauce, and there's some nice tomatoes on it, just like that. We can add a few little lines to show the can being opened with the can opener. Next was turn the skillet on high. So we've got, whoops, we have to add our numbers. Here's our skillet. Right, that's going on the heat. And then we are adding some oil. Let's see, I'm going to draw the big huge tin of olive oil. Maybe you guys have this at home. It's got the little belly button thing that comes out. And that says, whoops, let's turn it this way so we can write olive oil. Okay, what's our next instruction? Add the onions and garlic. So that's when we are going to show the person scraping all those onions and garlic into the skillet. And that's number 6. And maybe we add a little timer here, like to tell you how long that should be done for. Next, what are we doing? Adding the tomato sauce. As you're working, you need to kind of get ready to do a bunch of drawings over and over again, because that's likely to happen. And let's see, I think we want to cook our tomato sauce for about 10 to 15 minutes, right? And there's our little clock again. Then we are boiling the pasta. Here's our little guy holding the spaghetti. A little arrow showing it going into that big stock pot. Notice how I drew the stock pot differently than the skillet, so that when you look at this, you can tell that it is not the same thing. And that's going to boil for 9 minutes to al dente, right? Let's show how hot it is. This should be hot too. Let's make everything hot that is supposed to be hot. Then we're straining the pasta. So let's strain the pasta. Now we're holding the stock pot all the pasta is falling out into a strainer. Right? And that's going down the drain. And then we add everything together. So first the pasta goes in from the strainer, right? Not from the stock pot. And all that sauce from the skillet. Yum, yum. Let's write yum. Yum. Okay, there's my how-to manual. How to make pasta the simple way.